Spread between 4th and 6th Streets in downtown Minneapolis. We welcome you inside spacious U.S. Bank Stadium. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the Minnesota Vikings. Lurching closer toward the midway point of this NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. The first carry now for Dalvin Cook. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down. Well, this defense for the Buccaneers, they were very strong last week in the win over Carolina.
And as in any game, takeaways are always a big key. They're always discussed on defense. There's an emphasis there. And they came away with 3 interceptions in that game.
Second down and 8. Now a give running right. It's Cook. Fights forward for only about a yard up to the 21. A tough spot here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 7. Watson off play action. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Buchanan. That's a good chunk of yardage. It's going to be canceled out.
And we always talk about hidden yardage in a game. That's going to count as that because now it doesn't go on the books, but now they have to make that up again, don't they?
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And this pass broken up. The contact well timed there, and now 4th down.
Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
On is the punter, Johnston, now as he sends this one away. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. So a good punt, but a solid 12-yard return. And the Buccaneer offense will be set up well as they take over. Here's Ronald Jones, first carry for the USC man. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. On the ground, this is Leonard Fournette. It'll be a gain of 5, and it's going to bring up a 3rd and about 7 left.
Defensively here, you're facing a top-5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20-point score gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some touchdown. O.J. Howard hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Bucs have taken a first-quarter lead. Well, you've got to like that start on both sides of the football. You force the 3 and out, and then you score on your first drive.
Well, I know someone who doesn't like that start.
Well, yeah, the other side.
Yeah, they don't like that at all, right? This is not the way it's supposed to be. But what you just described, that's team football, all right? When you get a 3 and out, you're supposed to take advantage of it on the offensive side of the ball. You said, thank you very much for getting us the rock. Let's put it in the end zone, and they did exactly that.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And they were winners the last time they took the field, which was 2 weeks ago. They had the open week last week, so this is a squad that should be really refreshed and ready to roll.
I would agree, because when you get that open week after a victory, it does wonders for everyone. Obviously, your body, get a chance to heal up, but your mind as well. You feel good about winning, so now you can get away from it for a few days, put down the playbook, turn off the film. Just be you. Enjoy that time away, and then you come back ready to go.
On 2nd and 7, Watson. That's complete to Justin Jefferson. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. That one good for 20 on the catch and run.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
Now a first down throw, Watson. Dancing to his left. That is knocked away and incomplete, but a penalty flag. In the backfield, this might be a roughing call. So a pretty early first quarter roughing the passer penalty.
Seems like the officials are going to let everyone know they're taking charge of this game. They're always going to protect the quarterback.
Off of play action, it's Watson. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
I think that's how this defense is going to need to play these tight ends. Again, get right up on them and stay physical. And that paid off on that play, helping force that incompletion.
Now a play fake, and it's Watson. There's Jefferson to pull that in. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. 22 yards there, a first down. From the red zone now, Watson. And that'll be incomplete.
And I can see the officials kind of looking at each other down there, silently wondering, does this meet the level of grounding? Fortunately, he did have a receiver in the area, but I have seen less obvious throwaways called as penalties.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. A give. This is Cook. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. It's a good gain of 11. Sets him up 1st and goal. And he gets halfway there from the 4 to the 2 on a gain of 2. From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. And this will result in him losing yardage. Back to the 3.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
They'll try and power it in with Juszczyk. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Kyle Juszczyk, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Vikings are an extra point away from tying this thing up. Extra point right down the middle. And that will tie our score here in this opening quarter of play. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. From his end zone, it's Corey Ballantyne. Ballantyne opting not to return it, and his guys will have it at the 25. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And they had to wait a long time to get the football back. Probably not what you were hoping for when you got an offense that's humming.
Agreed. What you were looking for is the defense get the ball back pretty quickly, right? Hoping for a 3 and out. So that didn't happen. You can't yell at your D for that. They've got to take care of their own business and reestablish themselves now that they're back on the field.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. Off the option, it's Jones. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down. Off the option, it's Jones. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down. Well, this defense very strong in that victory from a week ago.
It was a little bit enlightening talking with the defense coordinator about their performance last week, because the feeling was that it was a good, solid performance. They did what they needed to do to get the job done and get the win, but definitely a few lapses that they're looking to correct.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 15 yards as Tampa Bay picks up the first. Brady going to throw. And that one is incomplete. And it also concludes quarter number one. These two teams all tied after one. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Throwing now is Brady. This one complete to Scott Miller. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
Again, it's Brady. And he's got his tight end, Howard. It's a Buccaneer touchdown. O.J. Howard with touchdown number 2 in the game and now 11 on the year. And the Bucs have taken the lead. Extra point up and good by Succop. And that makes the score 14-7. And following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They trail a 1-score deficit, 14-7, as they come up 1st and 10. Oh, going for Jefferson downfield. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Faking the give. Now Watson. And, he took that in one-handed. What a grab. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. Cook now off the read option. And he'll be stopped about a yard shy of the goal line after a pickup of about 3. 2nd and goal from the 1. Flush to his right.
But there was pressure all around him, so the only play was to try and get out of there. I think it was an excellent effort by him just to get back to the line of scrimmage.
They were held out last time. Here now is 3rd and goal from the 1. From the gun, here's Watson. Rolling to his right. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. More problems here on 3rd down. They've converted only once so far in this first half.
And you know as well as I do in this league, if you don't win on 3rd down, it makes it hard to win a ball game because then you're relying on your defense, you're relying on your special teams. You've got to get it done with your offensive unit.
Now again to the big fullback Juszczyk. And he will take this one into the end zone for a Viking touchdown. Kyle Juszczyk with his 2nd touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And the Vikings are an extra point away from tying this thing. So take away the touchdown. The officials rule he did not get the football to break the plane. They'll start out on the ground. It's Leonard Fournette. And some room to work. And nothing but green grass here, middle of the field. Past the 20. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Leonard Fournette taking it goal line to goal line, 100 yards. And the Bucs get the quick strike touchdown. So simple math here in the first half. They've had 3 drives offensively, and they have scored every time, and they've got the lead.
Well, whenever we talk about adjustments, we usually talk about an offense making adjustments, right? This is all about the defense. They've got to figure out some way, somehow to slow them down. Do they blitz a little bit more? Do they play more zone coverage? Right now, they don't know where to go because they're hitting them in every direction.
Extra point put through by Suckup, and it's now 21-7. Now Pinion with the kickoff honors following the touchdown. This is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2-minute. Who knows? Let's see what they...
And the defense has it covered. It's intercepted. Picked off by Jamel Dean. And his guys are going to get the football at the 28-yard line. And, Charles, it seems like sometimes when you fall down early, there can be a tendency there to try and get it all back in one fell swoop. And that time, that thinking leads to an interception.
And I believe you brought up a really good point there, Brandon, because you try and force plays, right? You try and get all back in one shot, just as you mentioned there. And you know you're going to need some big plays to get back into the game. But ultimately, you really can't force what isn't there.
They'll start the drive with a carry by Jones. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. Second down. Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option. You
get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
They fake the handoff. Now Brady. This is caught by Evans. The 20. And in for the Buccaneers touchdown. Tom Brady, his 3rd touchdown pass of this first half. And the Bucs are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
As a fan, is there anything prettier than a well-executed post route?
No, it's a thing of beauty, especially when it's done like that for a touchdown.
The throw, the catch, and how about the run after to get it to the end zone?
Extra point up and good by Suckup. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. And following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. And no return on this one. It's the fair catch is signaled for and taken. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. The throw right side is complete here on the first play of the drive. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. A well-executed 22-yard gain. They'll fake the handoff. Now Watson. And a big loss here as he's taken down.
For a rookie first-rounder, he's made a huge impact on this defense, but that tells me that they had a plan for him when they drafted him. Just turn him loose, do what you do best, go get the quarterback.
Now this one from about 2 counties over after the sack. They come up on a 2nd and very long. And they won't fare much better here as he maybe gets back to the line. Call it no gain there, and they've got a ways to go now on 3rd down. Had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
Okay, here we go.
Here's Cameron Johnston now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well. And he's able to get this one up to his 30 before he's out of bounds. It's a return of 4 following a 42-yard punt. And the Bucs will get ready to go on offense. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. They are just putting things together so well here, drive after drive. They really have captured the momentum, haven't they?
They've taken momentum and pretty much not just give him a jersey, but a seat on the bench as well. Whatever do you need, you've got it, because the way they're stringing things together and creating that distance between them and their opponent, it's really hard to narrow that gap. And the other part is they're taking their spirit away from them, too.
Yeah, now they're just looking to add to that total. On 1st and 10, here's Brady. And a catch right side by Evans. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line. Tackled there. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down.
Let's just call it what it is. This has been a flat-out struggle for this defense all game long. They've really had a hard time slowing them down. And while I'm not big on speeches and guys jumping up and down, they might need their team leader on defense to get in their face right now and light a fire under these guys. They've got to start playing better assignment football and start getting guys on the ground.
Yeah, he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays. They'll look to throw again. Escaping the pressure right. He's going to let it go deep for the end zone. Pass incomplete, but the flag in the backfield, and this might be a roughing call. The hit comes late. We saw it. There's your flag.
And we know that there's a guideline, right? Ball's gone. You get 1 step. If you're within 1 step of the quarterback, you can hit him as long as it's still done legally. But anything outside of that looks like an extra step was involved.
Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw. This one swung out here to Jones. Showed off the juke, but still corralled shy of the 5 at the 6-yard line. Call it a pickup of 7, and that'll make it a 2nd down. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Buccaneers. Ronald Jones, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Buccaneers are able to widen their lead here in this first half. Extra point put through by Succop, and the route is on here in this first half. Now Pinion with the kickoff honors following the touchdown. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And there will not be a return here. It's a touchback, and it'll come out to the 25-yard line. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And with the score where it is, even though I think they'd love to get back to the locker room, they may be forced to try and get something out of this drive. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. The previous run good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard. Back to throw, Watson. And that's incomplete.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
Watson to throw on 3rd and 1. Under pressure now, Watson, and down he goes. Shaquille Barrett put that sack by his name in the stat sheet. 3rd and 1, they opt to pass it, and the one thing happened that could not happen. They took a sack.
Yeah, I just wonder, is that an indictment of their offensive line? Did they think that they couldn't move them enough to pick up a first down there? Or was it analytics? Did they think about it that way? In any event, they'll be studying that in the future.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. From his end zone, it's Corey Ballantyne. And Ballantyne going to sit on this one. That'll be a touchback. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. The first half definitely went their way, and this would seem to be a great opportunity to kind of put this game a little closer out of reach with a score here.
Yeah, and it's a wonderful opportunity for them because if they can add 7 more to their lead before the other guys even see the football, that could be the decisive blow in this game. I think that's how they're eyeing it. That's how they're approaching it.
2nd and 11. That'll be caught. It's the tight end, Howard. 20, 10, 5, touchdown, Tampa Bay. O.J. Howard, 76 yards. And the Buccaneers come right out of the locker room and score here in the opening minute of the 3rd quarter. Suckup for the extra point. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. And following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. And this will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is just what you said. You've gone over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical at the half, not too emotional. They might need to go.
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down.
Well, someone's closing in on the league lead in sacks. He came into the game in the top 5. Now you add 2 more to his total.
Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. Another try after the first down sack. Watson eluding the pressure right. And he gets this up to the 34 out of bounds there.
They brought the blitz that time, and I thought they were going to get to him, but instead, he flipped it on its ear and ended up picking up positive yardage.
I thought he was dead to rights, but you are exactly correct, sir, able to turn that into a positive gain. Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted. T.J. Green with a pick, and his guys will set up shop at midfield at the 50-yard line. So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. Here's a give to Jones running left. Takes to midfield but no further, just a yard there. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
And they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin too.
2nd down, another shot for Jones.
I'd say they've got to find a way to get him going. He's such a big part of their offense. I wonder if they might throw it a little and come back to the run.
Anything, because you're right. He's pretty much been completely neutralized. Back to throw. Oh, into a sea of defenders and intercepted. Picked off at the 25. And his guys will take over at the 25-yard line. So the first interception of his career under center, and you knew it was going to happen sooner or later.
It has to. And I know he feels like the world is just tumbling down at this moment, but there's got to be some...
And now Watson throws another interception. It's Devin White, the linebacker. Second straight drive now here, Charles, that have ended with an interception.
And I just wonder, because I don't think it's going to rattle him necessarily, but I also wonder if it's going to unnerve him a little bit. Does it lead to another one, or does he find a way to pull it together and become sharp again?
They run the option here on 1st and 10. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. He'll pick up 7 there on the first down keeper. On second down, it's Jones. Well, the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. That leads us to a 1st and goal. It's a pickup of 8.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down. On second down, here's Fournette. And he gets him a little bit closer. He takes it from the 6 inside the 5 to the 4.
Well, Brandon, we always know that once you score 1 touchdown,
want 2.
You're without a doubt. And so far today, he's got 1, but was denied as he tried to get the second one.
3rd and goal at the 4-yard line. And he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5. Well, they tried to catch him by surprise, I think, there with that little pop pass on 3rd down, but no luck.
You're right about no luck, but I did like the idea. I like the thought process. Make an unconventional call on 3rd down sometimes. It can pop big. In this case, it didn't.
So tack on 3 more, though it's just a rare drive where they did not find the end zone.
Yeah, you're right about that, partner. But at this point, I don't think you're too concerned about that. You just want to possess the football for a while and drain the clock. If you can get 3 out of it, that's great too.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And last time, 1-play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling. Because a 1-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback you got a little confidence in him, and let him fling another one.
On second down, Love. A strong running. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. 10 yards, and it's good for a Viking first down. Watson now to throw. Flushed out right. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable, and that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine with that, and they force another incompletion.
Flush to his right. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Mike Edwards picks it off, and he'll return this one just shy of midfield to the 49. He got outside the pocket there trying to improvise, and he was calling for the ball downfield, but still the interception.
I think what happened, he did call for the ball thinking that he was open, but I think the quarterback spotted him too late. And that margin that he had on the defenders, that got eaten up, and they came up with the interception.
And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
And he's going to be stopped just short of the first down marker at the Vikings 42. 113 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. The Bucs on third down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. He completes it to Evans. And he is going to have the Buccaneers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. A handoff, Fournette running left. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Charles, you said earlier this defense is probably going to need to hold these guys right around 20 or under that if they were going to have a chance. It was evident pretty early on that wasn't going to happen.
Yeah, they left 20 behind a long time ago in this game, didn't they? It looks like they're headed towards a big, big number. But 20 was the threshold because that kept them in the ball game and kept the pressure off of their own offense.
2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. Now a draw play. This is Jones. And they see right through that defensively as he'll be hit and taken down to the backfield. 3rd down, now even tougher. 3rd and 13 after that loss of a yard. Back to throw here. Caught on the right side by Jones. And they'll hustle up to stop him well shy of the 1st, right around the 15. He did his best. To just get 4 out of that, but not enough. And now 4th down. And Suckup will put this one right through. And they're sitting pretty now as the lead grows even further. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points. But this widens it out, as you said. And now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
The punter Pinion now to kick this one away. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They were coming off the extra week of rest, but this team started sluggish, and it really didn't get any better from there. And trailing big here in this 4th quarter. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone. Well, we've talked about it, CD, but it bears repeating. They are struggling to throw the football. All the interceptions and more incompletions. It just doesn't look like things are in sync out there.
I would agree with that, and it's not a good day when you feel like an incomplete pass is almost a win for you because it wasn't intercepted. I think the receivers now, when they're running their routes, they want to catch the ball, but they also want to make sure that the defenders don't take it away.
The Vikings on 3rd down, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. This is 3rd and 10. He's going to look deep down the field. And now here is another interception. Monte Nicholson picks it. Well, partner, I got to tell you, I'm trying to think of something positive to say for this offense, but I'd have to be a spin doctor for that one. This has been a tough performance to watch.
And I think it's hard at this point to actually identify what's really gone wrong. I guess the catch-all is everything.
There he goes left side. And he is down deep into Minnesota territory. 76 yards rushing for him in the ball game now on 14 carries. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Jones. And he'll get 2 or 3 out of that one as that is going to take us to the 2-minute warning. Not quite the success they had last play. This one goes for 3 yards. It's 2nd and 7 from the 9. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. Just a couple on the pickup there, and now it's 3rd down.
Sometimes you're aligned perfectly and the play comes to you, and sometimes you got to cover some ground to go make the play, as we just saw there.
We saw a great example of perseverance right there on that play.
Got to be careful. They might want to throw one over his head as this game progresses.
And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6.
A nice play design there with the touch pass. Looked good at the start, but bottom line, the defense was ready.
And they did a nice job scouting, didn't they? Not just scouting, but now executing once they saw the play for real after having worked on it all week in practice. They drilled on the play, then they drilled him.
Succop's kick is good. And they're well on their way now as the lead grows even larger. So the turnover leads to points as they add 3 there.
Yeah, what a sequence there, and a nice one for them. They forced the interception, put together a little drive, and then come away with 3 points. Nothing to it, partner. Just do it.
And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
be honest.
Don't forget today.
And my goodness, another interception. T.J. Green with a pick. Yet another mistake after the interception there. And, gosh, you look up at the scoreboard. They just got to be thinking this one cannot get over fast enough.
It certainly can't. And also what happens when you get this big of a deficit, you're supposed to make all the right throws, right? You're supposed to try and obviously get the ball to your own guys. But being down this big, you also take even more chances. And in this situation, that hasn't paid off for them at all.
On the other sideline, jubilation and laughter. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. They'll try and run some clock now with Jones. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. The Vikings going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they get it with under a minute to go now in the football game. An extra defender in the secondary for the Vikings here on 3rd down. They'll set up a throw. And he's got a man. It's the tight end Howard, complete.
And he is going to have a Bucs first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on 3rd down. Went his way. It worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they've scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for Tampa Bay, the win here means it'll be a 7-1 first half of the season. And they'll get another road test next week as they head to Mile High to take on the Broncos. Meanwhile, for the Vikings, they fall a game under the 500 mark at 3-4 through 7 games. And they'll have a tough one at home next week against the Green Bay Packers. So for our entire crew, alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time.